Hello everybody, welcome back to the Golden Sun Reimagined Sprite animation project. Let's get right to work. Luckily today we got about an hour and a half. Yeah, about an hour and a half we can work for, and we'll carry on tomorrow. Let's get right to it. So the main thing for today's stream, we'll be doing some Adobe Animate work as usual. We'll be splitting things up between Adobe Animate, Aseprite. We're going to go over a 12-minute previous video that I did a while back, so I can go over the issues with enemy, pretty much the issues with limits with enemies, with the limits they have. But we'll do that a little bit later. So let's get right to work and let's carry on. So the first thing we're gonna do, as usual, is just take a look at it. Let's take a look at the video and see if there's any issues, because there's always gonna be issues with Adobe Animate, unfortunately. So let's play the movie and go from there. So while the movie loads up, let's go over a couple things. As usual, Adobe Animate has a 16,000 frame limit. We're pushing that. We're really close. We're like a little bit less than 5,000 frames. So after we're done with that, we'll start another project, because this is gonna be the conclusion of the Mercury Lighthouse section. And from there, it's pretty much we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff. Like, this is a reimagined version of the story, more mature, more adult oriented, more darker. That's for sure. It's definitely darker. We're fixing some inconsistencies that are ever so present inside the main game, while introduce some new concepts, a lot of new concepts. But to be noted, this will loosely follow Golden Sun's story. All right. So we're gonna do 2 watches just to make sure there's nothing crazy happening. Then we'll carry on the new stuff. Let's see. It's 5:30 in the afternoon my time, so by 7 o'clock I gotta be done. We're not doing 24-hour shifts no more, but I do have a 12-hour shift tonight. So from 9 p.m. to 9 p.m. Well, no, 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. Sorry. All right. I still might have to give that a few more frames. I slowed this down yesterday. I knew it. It's because of the movie. For some weird reason, whenever we're playing back the movie, it slows down right there. But right there was fine. Right, this is looking good. I'm more so worried about this specific area because there's so much stuff happening here. Neo Judgment 2, I'm kind of worried about. I might have to make the aura a little bit bigger so it's covering her. I'm still on the fence about this section. I don't know if I should keep unknown size characters Sprite dark or make it go brighter again. I just wanted it to mix better with the background, because as people know, Golden Sun takes place primarily in the day. Only a couple sequences happen at night. It's not even from a gameplay. Well, it's not even from a battle perspective. It's just the world legitimately turns dark. Grow. It was Grow and the Gondwan section with Akafubu, whatever his damn name was. If you really want to be cute about Dark Dawn with the eclipse, it was quite literally dark. But yeah, Golden Sun primarily takes place in the daytime. One could assume that whenever Isaac goes to bed, a day passes by. All right, let's see. Also, shouts to GoldenEye music. I might have to slow that down a little bit. Okay, let's see. Oh, that looks so cool. All right. I didn't see anything too crazy, so we'll save the next rewatch for a little while later. But what I have to do right here, I might have to add a hit spark. because it doesn't look good as soon as Mia blocks the initial scythe. Let's move this right about here. That'll give me a... No, let's line it up, actually. We're going to turn this back into a graphic so I can actually see where this ends. I think I got rid of 2 frames. Perfect. All right. Save it. Let's see. Movie clip. Add it. All right, so that should be good. So we're gonna go to my folder. We're gonna grab a different hit spark. Just gotta find one. I think this is an impact one. Yeah, perfect. All right, so we'll use 36. All right. 36. Let's put it, because it should hit Mia right there. So this needs to be moved a little bit more to the right. Like it has, no, I don't think it has to be moved all the way to the right. Like it's close. It's really, really close. Let's see. It disappears right there. Blank keyframe. We're to bring this new effect. Wait. All right, this is what I meant. This is why we do constant rewatches. So what I normally do, let me pause this real quick so we can actually yap. I'm gonna yap for like a minute, so bear with me. Like I said before, Adobe Animate is extremely glitchy. It gets the job done, but you have to be vigilant in a lot of things. So I keep things very uniform. This effect yesterday was done in real time. I actually keep my effects lined up at all times, but I mentioned before, a specific layer has always been giving me issues in this project. It's Mia's effects layer. It can lose a frame. Keyframes can be adjusted. So right now what you're seeing is the shield that Mia put up, it ends abruptly when it shouldn't be. We're missing a frame. And I'm going to show you exactly where we're missing a frame. You can kind of see it. So here it is. Sorry about that. Right here. This is where the keyframe is missing. It should end right there. This is what I mean. This is why we do the rewatches. But with one frame like that, it's very hard to actually see it. So we're going to do that. Give me 1 second. Even though I'm off duty right now, I'm technically on duty, so I got to respond to this real quick because a text message just happened. And again, I can't stress this enough. Please always do constant rewatches because you just never know. All right. Okay, so what we were going to do is we're going to add that new effect right there. So we have to line this up better. So we're going to put that right there. Actually, no. This has to go... I have an idea. Let's actually have this hang for a second. So what we can do... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna have that hang for a second. Then right here is when they'll disappear. We can add a bougie shading effect to it later. So it's gonna hang around for like a few frames. Okay, bring this here. A little bit too big. Normally, when it comes to effects, I don't take the camera off to resize it. But if you're working on sprites, like for example, if I needed to resize Mia's sprites, always turn off the camera because it can make her really big. All right, modify this. And there's a reason why I'm picking these specific effects. A comment last week did mention that some of the effects do seem pretty jarring with the pixel backgrounds and the pixel characters. A lot of my personal effects are from ancient times. I'm very old, back when Newgrounds, sprite animations were all the rage. A lot of those old effects aren't compatible with Adobe Animate. Also, hype. So if you're using Aseprite 2.0, it will run with issues in this Adobe Animate. This Adobe Animate supports Aseprite 3.0. Sometimes you can get away with it, sometimes you can't. And the times where you can't get away with it, things start happening, bad stuff. For example, characters disappearing and being replaced by white dots. It has happened. And the worst case scenario could happen where the whole entire project gets screwed up. It's actually very scary because Adobe Animate is very dumb. Instead of just removing the part that's corrupted, it'll view the whole project as corrupted and it'll just get rid of everything. Well, it's actually perfect. Beautiful. Okay, so what we have to do is we're gonna turn this back into a movie clip. We're gonna add either a script. Let's go through the layers again. Well, the blend layers, and we'll see what works. So right now we're gonna zoom in. Right. That should be good. All right. So this is how it normally looks. We turn this into a movie clip so we can add effects to this. That's normal. This is layered. Nothing really changes. That's darken. Just darkens it a little bit. That's multiply. Adds a little bit more darkness to it. Lighten is good. Screen is amazing because lighten retains some of the lighten retains some of the effects. Screens retains more, and it makes it look a little bit more cooler, in my opinion. Overlay doesn't really do much for what we need it to do. Hard light, same thing, we don't need it. Add is what I normally use because add retains a lot of features that go away from the normal effect. So we're probably just gonna go with add here. Subtract it, makes it black. Difference makes it darker here, but with that white background, it makes it black. Invert it, obviously inverts it. Alpha gets rid of it, erase gets rid of it. So we're just gonna keep it on add. We're gonna make this a little bit tiny bit bigger. And if you're interested in doing a project like this, I do recommend it. You're going to be using Aseprite as your primary engine. It's going to be your bread and butter. That's how you actually make the sprites, or just do whatever you need to do. That's how you get the project actually started. Then after that's said and done, you go over to Adobe Animate. I might have to change the positioning a little bit, so I think that's fine. That should be good. If not, I can add a little bit more fluff to it. Okay. Now the cool part. I really can't believe I got this to work. But I think I should add I'm really debating if I should put a camera to that. If you know where that's from, you're amazing. Mia's just fighting a demonic entity that took her visage, pretty much. There is a story to this, but you won't see it in the raw files. You'll see it late. You won't see it in the first phase. You'll see it in the DaVinci Resolve phase, because this project is based in 3 phases. Adobe Animate is where I get started. Adobe Animate and Aseprite. Then from there, we move on to DaVinci Resolve, which we do add some effects to it, but it's primarily used as the lore writing aspect of it. That's where I put the text boxes, the mugshots, and all that your fun stuff. The CapCut is when all the flavor comes in. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try it with a camera. If it doesn't work, it's fine. So we'll do it right here. So the camera isn't active right now. Sometimes it does bug out a lot, actually. I'm not gonna deny the camera is one of the scariest aspects of this. It's like right now, it's not giving me the option to actually use the camera. In order to fix that, turn the camera on and off. Now you can use it. So we're gonna right click anywhere. We'll start at 186. We're gonna create a keyframe. I might be even pushing it a little bit too much. We're at 2 keyframes because Mia's gonna show up right there. We'll do it right here. Insert keyframe. So we have 2 keyframes here. So we're gonna go back to the first keyframe. We're gonna zoom closely on Mia. So go to Tool. Zoom a little bit more. We're gonna bring this right here. That should be good. Now we're gonna go to the next keyframe. Where do you show up? Right there. All right. We're gonna use the same zoom. So we have the zoom at 280. We're gonna make this one 280. That's when you show up. I'm gonna try to keep the same y-axis. I'm just bringing it up here for now. Zoom out a little bit. We're gonna take the y-axis from where Mia's standing, and we're gonna use that. So it's at -405. So we're gonna turn this one into -405. Actually, no, we're gonna turn it to 905 because we're going upwards. When you're doing upward angles like this, it's kind of hard, but I want to try to get it as close as I possibly can get to where Mia's at. All right, so the x-axis is on 597, so that one should be pretty easy. 597. That's close. So this was 405. 905. Okay, we're good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a tweening next. Tweening is helpful for numerous reasons because this is how we get characters from going from point A to point B. But you can also use it for cameras as well, which we're going to do. So we're gonna make this look a little bit more cinematic. So the camera starts right there, goes right there. We're gonna add a tween. So right click anywhere between these 2 keyframes, create a classic tween. I've been over this before, but we're gonna go over it again. Classic tweening is, if I had to give an example, it'd be Sonic from Sonic 1, 2, or 3. How he moves from left to right in an instant manner. He goes from left to right. We're not gonna use that. You can, but it's up to your discretion. I use ease in and out because you start slow, then you make the move. Looks a little bit more natural, in my opinion. So as soon as you start the tween, it's automatically on classic tween. You're gonna go on the right side where the tweening section is. You're gonna click on effect, it gives you a few options. You're either going to be on no ease, which defeats the purpose because we want an ease. Classic ease, which is automatically selected. You have ease in by itself, ease out by itself, and you have ease in and out together. So that's where we're going to click. Make sure it's on quad, and we're good. There we go. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit, so we actually have to add another one before this camera right here. So right where... All right, so this should be good. So we're gonna do the exact same thing. Insert a keyframe. We're gonna insert a keyframe right before Mia makes the transition. So keyframe. You click anywhere in between there. All right, between. We're gonna take the exact measurements from the first keyframe. So it'll zoom in. Tool 597, -405. And as usual, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. I'm not the best at explaining things in real time, but when it comes to comments, I can sure the hell write. That's interesting. That should not have did that. This is easy to fix, so we'll do this again. 597. Adobe Animate, you really don't want, you are really not cooperating. So what's going on right now is I'm writing the exact measurements on the camera settings, but it's going one over. So instead of 597, it's going to 598. Instead of -405, it's going to -406, which is kind of annoying. So we're going to manually do this. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to add a tween. Tween's already there. Ease in and out. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. All right, now we're going to do one more, and we should be good. Don't let all of that I'm doing intimidate you. Once you get the hang of it, it's actually really easy, in my opinion. This project is probably going on for a long time. Eventually, when this is done, I'm going to be probably going back to doing Sonic. Fuck. Give me 1 second. All right, cool. Does not concern me. All right, so let's see. I might have to have this hang for a little tiny bit. So we're gonna add a couple of we're gonna add a couple frames here. Actually, no, we're gonna move this over here. Because Mia's looking left and right, so we need to move it right there. A little bit closer. Perfect. So I think that's good. All right. Now it's this section, because this is going to be very quick. I think I might actually want this to be very quick. We'll have to just see. So we'll save it, we'll watch the movie, and we'll go. So I jumped the gun a little bit because I have to do another one where the camera's following her downward. That's on me. I do apologize. So give this a second. Excuse me. Excuse me. While we wait, if you're liking what you're seeing, leave a like, comment, subscribe. get this out to more people that are very interested in Golden Sun or trying to take up a project like this, because it's difficult. We're not going to deny it, but it's totally worth it. Because at the end of the day, you guys are what make this thing possible. Thank you for the constant support, and let's just make this an awesome project. All right, so here's what we have to do. We're gonna have to add another keyframe right here. We're gonna follow Mia downward. Well, the demonic one that took her visage. Might have to change the position a little bit. All right. This should be at negative 405. Yeah. Okay, Mia, I have to move you a little bit. Just a tad. Because you're right there. Yeah. Right there. Okay, so now we're gonna add a tween to this. Same thing we've been doing before. Classic right click, classic tween. He's in, he's out. This one's gonna be a little tiny bit slower. Oh yeah. So here's what. So a situation like this where she's moving way too fast, you just have to line this up to where Mia's coming down. Give us a second. Where are you, Mia? All right. So Mia is moving right there. So this has to be moved right here. It's a little bit more. Yeah, this is be a very quick one, which is fine. We want it to be quick. Okay. Damn, like this one has to be so fast. So I think in a situation like this, we have to probably just use a classic keys. Let's try it. That's why we improvise. Still moving really fast. Okay, here, in order to fix that, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move this, her ending point, right here. Perfect. And we're turning this back into an ease and out. Holy shit. Work, please. Stop texting me. Give me a minute. Okay. Save. All right, so now we're good. All right, let's watch the movie now. I wasn't joking when I said when even when I'm off duty, I'm still working. So again, while we wait for this to load up, I do recommend taking up a project like this. It's very fun. I never would have thought that Golden Sun sprites would be able to be put into a sprite animation environment like this. All right, I'm muting you. I'm not muting you. I'm just pretty silent on. Yep. But like I said, you guys are what make this project matter at the end of the day. Thank you for the constant support. We'll continue going on until hopefully someday this doesn't get shut down. Hopefully it doesn't. But yeah, thank you for the constant support, and let's make this a great project. I'm really hoping that camera looks good. That poor Phoenix. All right, so nothing crazy happened there, so we're good. Leave it to Sonic just to get you so hyped. I would definitely say just coming up with something with her is interesting. Because again, we don't know what Darker Depths can do. So I said, fuck it, we're just going to go in with her. And I like what I'm seeing right now. All right, let's see. What do we got? Ooh. Yeah, we're straight up GoldenEye it tonight. Let's go. Wait, this is that Moonraker stage. Oh, man. You right from the jump, you just get blasted into oblivion. Oh, yeah, this is definitely the Moonraker stage. All right, let's see. I know this is gonna be stupidly fast, but hopefully this works out good. I gotta watch it again. I definitely have to watch this again. I like it for it being raw, but I have to see how many frames I have to add. It came out exactly how I wanted it to come out. It's just we're just missing frames. Because again, it's really fast. It's really fast, but it's good. So we know it can work. Unfortunately, I do have to watch the entire movie. You can't break it up into segments. Once you commit, you're committed. Interesting. Like this section I don't need to worry about, unless it's some random keyframe that got moved, but for the most part it looks good. Like when we finally end up finishing this and I'm gonna export it, I'll do one final check of all the keyframes just to be on the safe side. This is where you make the mistakes, because you can easily fix it. It's once It's once you get to the second phase, it's where you need to make sure there's no mistakes. Okay, now we gotta play close attention to this. It's good. Maybe like a frame or so I have to add. One, two. We'll do 2 frames. Ooh. 1, 2. That's gonna take a few rewatches, but we're not gonna do that right now. Okay. So we have to move the camera back into that position again where we were before. Wait, do I want that to hang a little bit? Yeah, I do. So right there's... No, not right there. Let's have this start right there. Let's give ourselves a few more frames. That should be good. It's our keyframe. Shout out to Twin Princes. All right, so now I need the exact position from here. And again, remember the camera's acting up. Just hold on. Turn it off and turn it on again. $50 0 0. All right. If you want to reset the camera to the right proper position, just make sure it's on 0 0. Keyframe. Whoops. Quad. All right. Now I gotta add some more things. So let's go to Mia Sprites. I need to have their casting different. This is why they're both in different poses right now. I'm having Mia retain someone else's sprite. And someone else, the other Mia sprite. That's why she looks different right now. So there's 2 different sprites that we're using, because it's gonna be really easy to lose track of things. You know, hold on. Let's go to a mill. I need to chill for a minute. There we go. Trap. Where are you? All right, we'll use, yeah, we can use this. Okay. S504, S504. So the camera stopped. We'll have you do stuff. Blank keyframe. Library. S504. We're going to turn off the camera because, like I mentioned before, you do not want the camera on when you're resizing the sprites. All right. So since we added a new sprite into the animation, we have to transform it. Unfortunately, it's not easy. It's not as easy as I'm making it seem. You can use a free transform tool, but you don't, because if you do that, your sprite will come up blurry, and you don't want that. So in order to fix that, we gotta turn the sprite into a symbol. Unfortunately, OBS is stupid, and it won't show the pop-up, so just listen to my voice. Click modify on the top screen. Now bring up a drop down. You'll see bitmap. Click bitmap. From there, trace bitmap. A pop-up will come up. Color threshold 1. Minimum area 1 pixels. Corner threshold many corners. Curve fit pixels. It's still not done yet. Press F8 on your keyboard. That's going to convert that into a symbol. Call the symbol whatever you want, and just make sure the type's on graphic. Mia OG casting. Now you can transform this for however you want it. But like I said before, make sure the camera's not on when you're transforming it, because the camera will give you different sizing. You don't want that, or else Mia's become massive. So I already know what her size is. Mia's sprite is arguably one of the most complex ones because she's very wide because of her coat. All right. So smooth this. Whoops, don't want to do that. I'll have to make this a little bit bigger. Let's bring this closer. I'm gonna make sure I get the right x-axis here. So her x-axis is on 1082.95. This is a situation which I was talking about with Adobe Animate being silly at times. So Mia is on 1082.95. Okay, fine. I put it here too, 1082.95, but she did not go there. So this is a situation where you just gotta use onioning and hope to God this doesn't look stupid. Okay, so we're gonna use Mia's head as a point of reference, and we're gonna make it close to it. So let's just zoom in a little bit more. This is why onioning is a very powerful tool. All right. Bring this up a little bit more. Close. We just gotta bring it up a little tiny bit more. That should be good. We'll put it on 170 just to round it up. Yeah, that's really close. All right, so the only thing we have to do is just change the brightness on our sprite. to -50 just to match the background, and we're good to go. Sometimes you do need to improvise. I'm not going to deny it. Especially in a situation like that where we're trying to get the same x-axis, but this decides not to. All right. Turn on the camera again. The gag will not happen today. The gag is I always start the next movie after turning the camera on without turning it back. Turn the camera off without turning it back on, and I just get super salty. Okay, so we need to get an attack. You know what? Let's do a water attack for once. I was able to find some of my old school water effects. I just got to put them together. So we'll go over a quick class on how to put things together. Yeah, we can do this. All right. So we're going to be going to Aseprite now. Aseprite is like a $2 program. Adobe Animate, unfortunately, is not a $2 program, but Aseprite, like I mentioned before, is going to be your workhorse. You're always going to be using it. All right. I really can't believe we pulled this off. I'm so happy we pulled this off. Also, I might as well show off the invincible gag again, because again, somehow, some way, we were able to pull it off. So I'm going to add it soon. But I'm not adding it to the sprite animation. I'm going to add it later on when we're actually doing DaVinci Resolve. So those familiar with the drag gag, there you guys go. Now, for this specific scene, we somehow, some way, were able to pull this off. It's ridiculous. Shout out to the Skeleton Knights. So if you're ever curious how frontal views work for certain enemies, there you go. There's your Nightmare, there's your Druge, the Druid, Assassin. I put Needle Dude just there for a meme. Ruffian, this is an ongoing gag on this channel. Ruffian, which is a ruffian with the wolf head. And we just added Hydras just to fill in the extras in the background over here. We could have did more, but I decided not to. Like, it's a little bit too much. It wasn't too much, it was just I was like, yeah, we don't need to force it. We got the gag for the most part. Okay, next we were putting an attack together. So unfortunately, this attack, my water attacks aren't actually together right now, so they're broken down into separate PNGs. So we're actually gonna have Mia do a water attack this time. I primarily have her as doing ice, but we'll just make it seem like she's improvising right now, because obviously whatever she's fighting is gaining the upper hand. All right, there we go. I don't like the fact that starts all the way up there, though. But we can definitely get that to work. It's just gonna be weird. Let me just make sure I don't have anything else. I might not use that. I'll think about it. I have other attacks that we can probably use. Hey, look, there's an actual bubble attack. Okay, we could probably go with that. But I do like Fountain, though. Hold up! Hey! I see something familiar. Wait, really? But why? That's... Damn. The only problem is... This is why I use my own effects. Because a lot of the effects are cut off at the top. So they would have to come from... Shit. This one's gonna take forever. That's something I probably do later on. Yeah, cause see, so we cut off. It would have to come from the sky. Okay, That's something I'm probably. That's a later problem. I really only have. I know she doesn't have this attack, but I want to use it so badly. I'll show you. You guys should be familiar with this. I'll bring it up. You also definitely be familiar with this. She doesn't have it. They turn fume into, it's serpent fume. Yeah, they turn serpent fume into a water attack. I can actually do this because it's not regular Mia. Fuck. Because that fucks up right there. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna export this. Export as. Let's call this Water Dragon. Okay. I'll just have to move the background. Where the fuck did I do my fridge? What the fuck did I save that? Damn it. That's fine. Oh, okay, I put it there. Perfect. All right. All right, we're gonna swap over back to. We're gonna swap back over to that. Give me 1 second. I'm using a separate program just to get rid of the background. Give me a minute. Do. Do. Water. This has 30 frames on it. Almost done. Effects. Water. It doesn't. If this doesn't work, we can definitely go with something else. But we'll see. Replace white. All right. Nope, wrong one. I'm a fool. Transparency. Submit. Damn it, that's not gonna work. Fuck. I'm gonna try one more thing. All right, so here, I'm already running into an issue with this, so I'm gonna bring up Aseprite in a second. Let me just see something real quick. Okay. What was this one called? Water Dragon. We're gonna move this into Mia's file, then I'll bring it up into the Aseprite. Mia. Okay. I'll show you what the issue is right now. Perfect. Can get rid of this. There's a specific frame where this loses transparency, which is right there. This can work because this can actually work because we can use this as a flash just from our oomph. Yeah, this can work. Let's see. Okay, that's 30 frames. Holy shit, that's 30 frames. Golden Sun effects, please. All right. So you land right there. I'll have to... So this won't look absolutely ridiculous. I'll have to move Mia's sprite right there. Okay. If we can pull this off, this will look really cool. What time is it? Oh, damn. It's already been almost an hour. Shit. Damn, we are moving today. How do I want to do this? We're going to put you here for now. I actually have no idea how this is going to look. Let's just keep you up there for now. All around you go. Wait, what the fuck? Adobe Animate, what the fuck? There we go. So first of all, we'll keep it that size. We'll turn this into a graphic. All right. This is gonna be super close. Let's turn off the camera. Wait, we can actually, let's do it from behind. We're wasting so many frames here. Holy shit, we just wasted like almost, yeah, like that's a lot of frames. Golly. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to use this, but we're just gonna show it real quick because we just wasted all these frames. Yeah, it's not gonna look good. Wait, wait. Wait. I'm thinking. Can I get this to work? Oh shit, I have an idea. I have an idea. Fuck. No, it won't work. Damn. But yeah, unfortunately, we won't be able to use it. But yeah, this is why just regular vanilla Golden Sun effects are so hard to use because they take up so many frames, and we were capped at 1600 frames, unfortunately. Okay, so we'll just go with our earlier idea. We tried. We most certainly did. So back to Aseprite we go. It's all good. It's all good. So we'll just take what we were going to use earlier, which we'll go with. Yeah, I'm sad. I wanted it, but they didn't give it to me. How about let's try this one. Damn, that's still a lot of frames though, but I think we can actually get this one to work pretty cool. Okay. Just to blow her back a little bit. Okay. Water pulse. We're not doing that. Export to make sure this is going to the right folder this time. We'll just call this water pulse. Mia attacks. We still have Virgil's shimmering sword. I'm gonna use it. All right, water pulse. $6:30. All right. Unfortunately, we still have about 20 more minutes, but I do have to start wrapping it up soon. It's gonna be a 12-hour shift from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. So I actually gotta start ready soon. Mia. Open up a new tab. Mia attacks. Bring water pulse in. Why am I drawing a blank? Well, at least now we have all these frames. So we'll turn the camera back on again. turn off onioning. Where the hell? Oh, Jesus. Oh, hey, look at that. Look at that. This is what I mean. Yeah, how many frames did that remove? Holy shit. Look at all these frames. Look, I'm kid you not. Adobe Animate, you can be glitchy. Let's add all these frames back in. Okay. Damn. Now it's kind of... It's not scuffed right now. It's gonna be weird. Okay. Alright, water pulse. I'm sad. I actually wanted that to work. Water pulse. This is gonna have to come out from this side. Oh, I'm an idiot. Let's turn this into a graphic to actually see which direction it's going in. That's a very awkward angle. That's a... We have to start it right there. As soon as this makes the shift, we gotta start there. Your keyframe. I don't like the way it starts because it does like several different things. Oh, I'm gonna have to resize this. Do I have to resize this? Yeah, I do have to resize this. Because it's doing like several different motions at once. Like I can do it like right there. I'm gonna start it right there. I really don't like the way it goes, but we'll have to make it work. Let's actually have it end right there. All right. Okay, let's have you take damage. Whoops. Copy. So you end right there. Paste. Get rid of that. I'm going to turn on onioning. Get our exact position. We'll make this a quick one. Right there should be good. Same thing we did before. We add tween to this. All right. Grab this. I would move this. Make sure we save it. All right, that's where we're gonna do the next one. We're gonna copy this. Put you right there. Paste. Holy shit. So much work. Oh, before I forget. This is gonna look very weird here. I'm gonna have to put you under... Fuck it. Hit Sparks it is. Why would you go... Alright, that's fine. Okay, cool. Auras are fun. It's the problem. It should make them different. Yeah, I definitely need to make them different. First world problems. Since we're in this dark arena, this is definitely, it's putting more emphasis on this. All right, I gotta be very careful with the weight of. Interesting. Let's have this end right there. That's fine. All right. So I gotta be very careful with this. We're gonna be using Kaya's effects just for an aura that I need. I haven't been using it often because we've come to realize that Kaya's effects are they're crash prone because they're using ActionScript 2.0. So we have to be very careful. But I need a different aura to separate. Damn it! I do not have a name for you yet. Which whatever demonic entity is just copying me right now. So just give us like a minute and we'll go from there. Holy crap. Once it comes to improvising, yeah. We improvise on the fly at times, but hey, this is fun. This is really, really fun. I'm just happy we're here at the point we are. Because I would have never thought Golden Sun sprites being used in a sprite animation environment. Damn, sign me up. This was on a whim too. I was like, I want to get back into sprite animation. I did a lot of funky Sonic work back in the day. Back in the day, New Rounds era, but I said, you know, I was planning on playing Golden Sun again because I haven't played it in a while. Then I was like, wait a minute, can we get the Golden Sun sprites to work in a sprite animation environment? Then things happened and hell, we were here where we're here. So as usual, thank you guys for the constant support. It shows me that people want to see this. So I'll work hard giving you guys some good entertainment. All right, so Kaya's effects. I honestly just need aura, but I gotta be very careful. I've noticed it's the elemental ones that is the elemental specific FLA files that are usually messed up. That's minorities. That's what I use for minority. I just want that something different. Oh, that's what that was. I should have used. It's fine. Yeah, I will have to use probably 4. 4 is ghostly. Yeah, I think we use 4. So copy it. All right, perfect. And I did notice something with Kaya's effects. Whenever you copy some of the effects into this project, it brings extra files for some weird reason. I don't know why. It's very annoying. All right. I'd have to use, we can use minorities layer. It's fine. Because we're not seeing minority for a while, so it's fine. Aura 4. Are these necessary? No, but I did get requested to keep the auras in because I was just practicing with them just to see if I can get things to work. The one thing that do another, I'm like, hey, this can actually work. It's up a little bit higher. Yeah, because that definitely does work. Perfect. So we can have it disappear right there. Perfect. All right, let's watch the movie. Wait, is camera on? Yes, it is. The gag will not get me today. Unfortunately, we do have to start wrapping it up soon. So while we wait for the movie, I'm going to do the Toxic YouTube spiel. If you like what you're seeing, like, comment, and subscribe. This gets these VODs out to more people. If you enjoy the VODs, hey, good stuff. Enjoy the VODs. Lurkers, continue using Avoid. You guys matter at the end of the day. But yes, if you like what you're seeing, like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't like what you're seeing, please dislike as well, because this shows me area that it needs to improve in. You guys are what makes this possible, so I do thank you guys for the constant support on this. I do see the analytics. I do see people spend the time out of their day to watch this. So if I made you laugh, made you cry, made you pissed about some of my takes, hey, here's what it is. We all have opinions at the end of the day, and your opinion matters. So if you like what you've seen, just leave a comment. Let's chat some Golden Sun lore. Also, Melania, jeez. Oh fuck, we were supposed to go. Oh yeah, we're supposed to go over that scene. All right, we can do that for the last few minutes. I'll make sure to save that for later. Primarily, I was just gonna go over some things about limitations with enemies, but we can probably say that. Yeah, we'll have to say that for later because it's 6:50. I have to start getting ready for work. I did lose track of time. Like, we were doing a lot of things, so I do apologize. So next stream, we'll go over the limitations for enemies. I don't know if we're going to go to the event horizon yet, because once I go to the event horizon, there's no turning back, because this is already really, like, it's not extreme yet, but there are some dark aspects of this. People have died. There's been blood. Hell, Mia was about to impale Minardi with her own blood turned into an ice shard. So we're already pushing the boundaries of, holy shit, this is actually kind of edgy. As phase 2 of this fight goes, I'm thinking about doing some crazy shit, but do I really want to cross that line? It's already something, but we can go further. Like, hell, even Heart over here, she's one side of her face is disfigured. She's missing a horn. Let's just say the ending of Dark Dawn did not do her any favors, because all that light was fatal. One of those big mysteries. What happened at the end of Dark Dawn? We just beat the final boss and just transitioned to Belinsk, and that's it. So y'all just left Heart and Spade there. One could assume Vulture is dead. So I said, fuck it, we're gonna do a funny. See, Heart's missing a horn, and she's covering the left side of her face. Long story short, what I'm going with was the Dark Dawn world got destroyed. That gigantic vortex that showed up at the end just consumed the world. Tuparang, being tech savvy, found ways to escape with that world, and thus came here. All right, let's see. I had to change it. It's not gonna be as cool as I thought it was gonna look. That's fine. This is why we're here. We make the mistakes here. Speaking of which, fuck, what am I doing? That's backwards. Something did not go the way it should have went. Yeah, that's why. Damn. Because we don't see Mia dashing because of the camera. I don't think the camera's gonna work. I don't know. It's a classic ease right now, so let's see. That, it has to be a classic ease. Okay. All right, so we're gonna get rid of that effect. I'll have Mia do something else. This is why we experiment, because it's not gonna look good, unfortunately. So tomorrow we'll come up with something else. Not a big deal. We have like 3,000 frames left. So we're gonna do one final rewatch and we'll just go from there. If you have any questions, comments, and concerns, don't forget to put it in the comments. I'm not the best at explaining things. My English is terrible. But I'm good at typing things. So if you have any questions about the steps that I've done, just let me know and I'll answer it as soon as possible. So we'll do one final rewatch and we'll see how things go. But we'll have to find another attack for Mia to use because that one's just not going to look good. The camera, we'll have to fine tune that attack from above that Mia's doing. Well, the other Mia. All right. Well, I'll figure it out once I go to work. It's just not the end of the world. It's just something we'll just have to sit on for these next 12 hours. All right, let's see. I do admit I do have fun adding the fighting game for references. I would have never thought I can get God Press to work. The reason why Minardi's flying, I want to emphasize more of her occultness, because she does deal with death. I'm like, you know what? She should be able to fly. Her promo art has her literally looking like she's levitating. Arguable, but that's what I assume. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. Minardi deals with death. She should have the ability to do deathly things. So this is the occult. The reason why Heart's flying is we've seen her levitate. One could assume that she can fly. Even though that sequence at the end of Dark Knight was weird. They levitated, then they used the tween to go from left to right when they were going after Alex. I'm like, this is stupid. This is dumb. That could have been so much better. Because they look super stiff. Also, you probably noticed that her horn is swapping from side to side. Like right there. It's more so because of mirroring. Because when I'm making these sprites, I'm doing it I start on the left side. If you really, really, really are do you have OCD, you can make it for both sides, but it's not the end of the world. But her left side is the side that's damaged. Like right there, it's mirrored. Because her idle pose is made on the opposite side. Like right there. So we definitely got a lot done this hour and a half, so it's all good. It's all good. Did a little bit of Aseprite, did a little bit of a lot of Adobe Animate. We primarily were on Adobe Animate the entire time. We've seen that certain attacks won't work. We'll have to find substitutes. For those curious, this is why I haven't been really using actual synergy that has been ripped through the past, because some of them are very incomplete, very, very incomplete. And some of them just won't work because they're just cut off. So when it comes to attacks, we literally improvise. I just use whatever effects that I have. All right, let's see. Okay, let's fix that real quick. We're not gonna do another rewatch, but we're just gonna fix a couple things real quick. I think there's too much frames right here. There's too much frames. All right, let's put it right there. Perfect. We're gonna get rid of 2 frames here. 1, 2. Yeah, I think that should speed it up. So, unfortunately, I do have to wrap it up because I get ready for work. If you enjoyed the VOD, hey, thank you for your constant support. If you dislike it, I'll see areas that you need to improve on, but it's all good. VOD guys, enjoy the VOD, and I'll be back tomorrow at around the same time. Have a good one, and we'll talk later. Goodbye, everybody. Have a good one.